At the 2015 RIMS conference in New Orleans last week, two topics stood out to us. Cyber risk continues to loom large, and talent acquisition and retention remain a challenge for the industry. Here with his take is Peter Miller, President and CEO of the Institutes. He joins us now from his office in Malvern, Pennsylvania. Pete, welcome back to the program.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate the opportunity to be here. I look forward to the discussion.
Earlier this year, you said the industry is threatened by a brain drain. What did you mean by that?
Well, as we mentioned, and as the Institutes has talked about in the past, there really is a really large number of skilled people that are on the cusp of leaving the workforce. In fact, there are about 500,000 jobs that are going to be needed to be filled in this industry by 2022, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So it's an ongoing problem. And if you sort of look on the supply side, that is the number of people coming into the industry, particularly those with risk management and insurance degrees. It's really just a small fraction of that. So this continues to be a significant problem for the industry. Thank goodness the industry has recognized that and is really doing work on that. One of the bigger challenges is sort of the disconnect between what young people want in a job and their perception of the insurance industry. So that's something that we're going to have to work very hard as an industry to make sure we manage really that risk.
So how is the industry going to fill that void of talent?
Well, one of the things that the industry is doing is supporting us through our board and through our partners in what we call the MyPath initiative. And that initiative really tries to understand what young people want in a career and then really map those characteristics to what the insurance industry offers. And fortunately, there's a really good map. So, if young people want to be involved in their community, the insurance industry certainly gives the opportunities to young people to do that. If they want to make a difference in people's lives, we all know that every day we help people at some of the worst times in their lives. So the MyPath initiative really sort of, first of all, makes the case and connects the dots between what the industry does and what young people want. The second thing then is a series of capabilities around internships and scholarships and courses of studies, career videos. So sort of if you think about the enabling things that would have to happen from when a young person gets interested in a career through development of knowledge about that career, through content acquisition about what jobs in that industry looks like, through getting an internship, through getting a job. Really, MyPath is designed to sort of help young people transition that timeline in order to get into the industry.
As I mentioned, managing cyber risk was a hot topic at the RIMS conference. Earlier this year, the Institutes introduced its own cyber risk course. Do you think the industry is prepared to manage a growing cyber threat?
Well, it's certainly a growing and actually changing and diverse threat, and I think the industry is waking up to that threat. And this cyber course that we introduced is certainly one attempt by the industry, as represented by the Institutes, to help to understand and to deal with that threat. If you think about that threat, the course really outlines some of the elements of that threat, which are exposures and products and issues for insurance organization. Risk management techniques is a big thing. And then just overall how to mitigate risk. We don't have to look very far in the newspaper to find cyber risk and the impacts of cyber risk on our clients and society. And I think, the industry is starting to understand that and is starting to take a real interest in understanding what needs to be done in order to manage that risk. And, as servants to the industry, as a knowledge resource to the industry, the Institutes is really trying to make sure that our customers have the knowledge they need to help manage that. And one of the ways we do that is through this course.
What other hot topics are getting your attention these days?
Boy, there's a lot. I think this industry is undergoing more change than we've seen in a long time. Big data, the Internet of Things. You hear estimates of 50 billion devices on the internet. So that's real-time collection of data. which then we can, take and manage risk that way. A move towards captives. You're starting to see that the organizations that are taking advantage or using captives, the revenue base is dropping, so that more organizations are considering that. And then all sorts of predictive analytics, driverless cars is starting to come down the pike. So, big data and a lot of technology change and all the sort of spin-off implications, I think, are really changing this industry, along with the, things like excessive capital and that sort of thing. So the industry is undergoing a lot of change. I hear it everywhere I go. It's an exciting time to be in the industry. And I really think for young people in particular, it really changes the complexion of the industry and what they should think about when they're thinking about a career.
You're headed to Dublin in the next week or so, where you'll participate in the European Insurance Forum. Tell us about your commitment to Europe and your relationship with DEMA.
Well, we're very excited about doing work in Europe. We've had a long-term relationship with people in Switzerland and France and the UK, and et cetera, and several other places. So we've had a long-term relationship. Very excited about that. This is a joint session. We're working with the CPCU Society European chapter. I'll be part of a breakout session on the benefits of continuing education. And I think it just reiterates the ongoing global nature of our industry and the fact that, there are common needs across the globe as it relates to insurance, and closer cooperation with people around the globe, as exemplified in this type of forum, is certainly useful and helps us solve common problems.
Well, we look forward to seeing you there. Pete, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity.
For more information on cyber risk and talent development, visit the Institute's website or the RIN TV On Demand Library.